Three fucking teens, everyone. It is IT2. Today I'm not doing a book video. I have a list of things I was going to make a video about, and I never got around to doing it. And now my dog is barking at the exact moment I've started making this video. Somebody asked me what my next video is going to be about, so I just kind of want to get this out of the way so I can stop thinking about it. Alrighty then. So I had all these weird ideas about trans people, and I feel like the trans thing is kind of going away on its own. So even though it's fun to make fun of, it's probably not necessary. I think a lot of people are detransitioning because most trans people are not really trans. Their parents convinced them that they were trans, and they just went along with it, and they got their genitals cut off, or they had some kind of... I'm going to have to just do this later, aren't I? Alright, as I was saying, most trans people aren't really trans. Back before this trend became popular, it was less than 1% of the population. And now it's jumped up to 10% or something crazy. Anyway, what was I going to talk about? Oh, so I wrote down all these different things. I wrote down sperm donor versus trans man. I don't remember exactly what that was about. I had it yesterday. I think it's if you donate sperm, you can't control who gets it. So what if a trans man, which is actually a woman, gets your sperm and has a baby and becomes one of these man becoming pregnant kind of stories, and then you have no say about that, right? I don't think that's what this was about. Sperm donor versus trans man. Oh! Wait a minute. If you're a trans man, are you allowed to donate your sperm? Or how does that work if you're at a sperm bank? You get to choose whose sperm you want. So you already could see if they were a trans person or not. Maybe it was this. Okay, maybe I think I've got it. It's a trans woman. So a trans woman has a penis and balls, right? But they identify as a woman. I'm trying to figure out how would it work? What about this situations for if anybody can just identify as anything? Then you get into some weird legal situations. So if you identify as a woman but you have balls, can you still donate your sperm? That's one question I have. Because a sperm bank is going to say you have to be a male, right? Surely there's something in the paperwork surely says that you have to be a male to donate sperm. Or maybe they just assume that you are. It's so weird. Anyway, let's just skip this one because this one's really confusing. Another one I have is... Alright, so if you can identify as animals, I think that was one of the things, right? These people are using pronouns from bug and whatever weird, they want to be wolves. If you can identify as a coyote or a deer, and it's deer season, then is it legal for somebody to get a hunting permit and shoot you then? Right? Because if you truly are a coyote, I shoot you in season, I have a hunting license, it's not murder anymore. That kind of proves the whole thing wrong, it can't work. Because the medical examiner is going to say, no, this was a human, and then you still get charged with murder, right? And I thought, okay, if you can... This isn't really about trans at all. This is about being animals. I just realized this has nothing to do with trans people. It's just about the identity politics. The other one I had was say you're on death row, and you're going to be killed in prison. You say, I identify as whatever protected species can't be killed legally. Like spotted owl. I identify as a spotted owl, so I'm on death row, so you can't kill me. That wouldn't probably fly. Nobody's going to take you seriously. And the last one I had was the two-spirit thing, which this is one of the things that makes me think maybe it's not going away, because I saw the other day you can't say LGBTIAA plus or whatever the letters are anymore. You have to say 2S LGBTQIS. So that's for two spirit. People that have two different spirits, which There was that whole thing about the corpus callosum, that the guy got his brain cut in half, and one was atheist and one was not. If you can also be two-spirited, then you could be four things or something. But like, what if one of your spirits is a wolf and the other spirit is a deer? Would you constantly be at war with yourself? Or what if you're conjoined twins and one twin is a deer and one twin is a wolf? Would they be? I don't know. How would that work? They're in the same body and they're like apex and prey, predator and prey. So like, how does that work? That doesn't make any sense either. What if the conjoined twins each were two-spirited? You got two wolves and two deer, or a wolf deer on this head and a wolf deer on the other head on the other shoulder. It'd be better if they were like attached at like the buttocks or something, so they're constantly running around in a circle like the cat dog cartoon. But yeah, that's the kind of weirdness you come into with all this transhumanism. No, that's not transhumanism. That's trans. It's not trans. I don't even know what it even is called. Identifying as animals. What is that called? I don't even know. What about this? You've got conjoined twins, right? Each one has their own brain. You've got a head on this shoulder. You got a head on this shoulder with their own brains. Both of them have been sliced. The corpus callosum in each brain has been sliced, but each half of the brain is both two-spirited. So that's two heads times two splits is 4 times two spirits is 8, and each one of them is an atheist or a theist. So it's 8 things. The first head is a Christian deer on the left side of the brain. The right side of the brain is an atheist wolf. The second half of that brain is a Buddhist badger and a Pentecostal bird. Okay? That's one head. 2, 4, 16. Wait. No? Yes. I think that's right. Was that 4 different animals? I should have 16 things though, right? 2 heads times 2 hemispheres times 2 spirit. Okay, each hemisphere is 2-spirited, so... Okay, whoa. We want to have this hemisphere separated between the apex predators and the prey. So the one head over here is going to be all predators. So you're going to have eagle, wolf, bear, lion, tiger, crocodile. Can we use reptilian brain? Or is that a part of our own subsection of our brain? Can't think of 2 more predators. Coyote and let's use something that's like a scavenger, a buzzard, let's say. Okay, so that's the 8 animals on the right side of the brain, right side of the body. Because each brain is split into 4, and each half of the brain has 2 spirits each. I want to have I want them to be opposite though. The religions are opposite, but the other head is all prey animals. Man, that's going to be like hard to keep 8 animals, 8 predators away from 8 prey animals. Because in this side, you got like, you got a rabbit that believes in Christianity. He's a devout Muslim. Or whoa. You've got a moose that's Muslim moose. You've got a deer that practices Hinduism. You've got a cow, a sacred Hindu cow, but he's not Hindu. He's a Taoist. And you've got a a fish that bears like to eat, and he is an atheist. He doesn't have any religion because he doesn't care. He doesn't even know the world exists outside of his water that he lives in, even though it's on a person. That's a whole nother thing you got to deal with. And what do crocodiles eat? Bison. You've got a bison, and he believes in aliens. And you've got an elk that believes Mormon. He's a Mormon elk. Yeah. And you've got a Catholic. I already said cow. You got a Catholic. What's the one in Africa? That runs around, antelope. Catholic antelope. On these two hemispheres that are split into two spirits each. 2 hemispheres times 2 spirits. I think I went too many animals. Maybe we have to have a 4-headed baby for this. Anyway, you see how crazy it gets. Doesn't make any sense.